welcome to today's episode of Spice and Nice.
I am Amanda Spice.
And I'm Denise the Nice. As you can see, we have a wonderful new intro video. Actually, no, outro is at the end.
Yeah.
Intro video thanks to our Nile team, obviously.
But they will do more stuff. This is the auto.
This is the beginning of the transformation.
Yeah. We're getting more and more update for our channel. Which is that's what we should do, right? They say you take 1,000 to improve something. So it's time for improve more stuff.
It's been 2 years,
2 years. No, we count the hour we do live stream.
Yeah, but I think it's been 2 years of us doing this.
Yes.
Yeah, because
every time we do is 1 hour.
Let's calculate.
So now we are in live 97. So we almost 100 hours of doing live stream.
No, yeah, we need 10 more times. So we should do twice a week. I have this thing called activator, which means like I want to do everything quickly.
We actually need to do more on TikTok, but we didn't do enough on TikTok.
I think we should. I think I should do myself on TikTok.
Yeah, our TikTok channel, we need to do more on TikTok channel.
Okay, team, you heard, and TikTok it is.
Yeah.
We need to do live on TikTok also, which means we probably need to use our phone and all that.
Yeah, we need to use our phone.
It is not easy being an influencer. I also didn't know that one day I would become influencer, but now I become influencer.
So that's why we're talking about overwhelm. It's so perfect
Yes,
topic.
overwhelm. And today I was going to brief Anne about the types of overwhelm we're going to talk about today, but because then we had the intro going on, so but anyway, while briefing the audience, I can brief Anne. So basically, we are going to talk about 2 types of overwhelm. The usual type where you feel stressed and like too much is going on, and the second type will be overwhelmed with choices. You get what I mean, right? So I wanted to do something that is of a different spin from the usual overwhelm and stress. Okay, overwhelm is very interesting. When I came into the house like 5 minutes ago, because I took a hitch and the driver took a long turn. Whatever. So anyway, I'm feeling overwhelmed with hotness right now, and not the kind of hotness that we like. The spicy type is the sweating, not sexy kind of hotness.
His car, he didn't book the aircon for you?
No, he did. But the thing is that he's those kind that's the GPS says this, the usual. And then like, I'm like, you need to change your GPS, sir. But there's no point arguing with people like that. So I'm like, you know what? I decided to take a car. But I left home actually, and I got into the car at 6:50. By right, I should reach here by 7:15 or 20. And actually, I didn't know. Okay, there was some shenanigans. Whatever it is, it's over. So anyway, it's very interesting because I stepped in here, and then Anne was like, "Oh, today's topic is overwhelmed." I'm feeling a bit overwhelmed. This is an interesting topic for her. And then I was like, "Oh, I'm overwhelmed too." This is why this topic comes up.
Is that a topic come because I know both of us have an overwhelmed period right now?
No, it came. I was almost at the topic, right?
Yeah.
I'm the one who came up with it. So I was like, what should I talk about? Then immediately the word overwhelmed came to my head. I was like, okay. It's a good reminder for us because sometimes we know what to do, but when we are overwhelmed, we don't have the capacity to think about it.
Yeah.
So doing a live stream like this, I think it helps me to remind myself what I need to carve out and make time to do so that I feel less overwhelmed. Even though it sounds very stupid, because we're overwhelmed, we're like, oh my god, so many things to do, I still need to do all these other things, like this, right?
I used to have that, like anxiety.
Okay, tell us, do you want to share a little bit about what you do when you're overwhelmed to make yourself less overwhelmed?
Let's go with a lot of choice first.
A lot of choice first.
You know?
Okay, Ken.
So let's look back like 10 years ago when I was younger, and when you start do business and you start see everywhere have a lot of opportunity. That's just the overwhelm thing first.
Yeah, number
because
one, overwhelm.
Everywhere I feel, oh my god, I want to do this to make money. Oh my god,
I want to do this, I want to do that.
I want to do this. I want to do everything to make money because look like everything that everybody doing is make money and it's so interesting and I want to do it. Exactly, but then back 10 years ago, you don't think like that, right? You're like everything is opportunity and I will go for it, right? Until like I run like 2 businesses at the same time and I exhausted. Doesn't mean you learn the lesson, okay? So even I moved to Singapore.
You try again, do again the same shit.
Yeah, like morning you wake up, you work at the same time, you try to open your own business again. Then you start have kids and then you want to take care of the kid, clean the house, run business, cook, clean, everything.
Oh yeah, clean the house, laundry and cook, right? This one actually takes a lot of time.
And I think it's like as a person that I'm consider myself like hardworking, I'm like, no matter how hard I work, I doesn't feel like I'm done anything.
I get what you mean.
You get like
get
I
what
work
you mean.
all day, all
Like
night,
you're working so much and
I-
so tired,
and I reduce my even sleep time to make sure I can work more.
but still
The
to-do list never ends.
yeah, the to-do list is like forever. And even like when you have kids, even is the amount of job is increasing higher and higher and higher. I think depression and overwhelm in the period of having a baby at 2 years old, I decided to like, okay, it's time for me to allow people to help me. That's when I start hire my helper and I start trust people in the house to do things for me. Then and I think how do I deal with so much choices and so much thing I want in my life is, you know, COVID period is when I reduce my list of what, because before COVID I work a lot. I work so much. I work so much that I barely can see my daughter, right? But that's a choice I make because I know that if I don't work hard, my business won't be stable. I cannot have time for her anyway.
Later on.
Yeah, so I have to make a choice. So that is the first sacrifice I make. So I'm aware of that period, right? But if you ask me, COVID is a period that I really have time to look back to my list again. And I realized that I have almost like 50 something things that I want. You know, like you have so much thing in the
How do
list.
you do 50 things?
Because you-
in a day.
More
Have you
than
gone mad?
not even 50 things you want to do a day. Like these are 50 things you wish to have in your life.
Okay.
And it's overwhelmed because for you to achieve that, you know, you need a lot of things.
No, you need to cut
Resources,
down.
money,
No,
and
you need
so
to cut
on.
down to the top 5.
Exactly. And then when I watched the video of Warren Buffett, he said the same thing. If your list is too long, pick the top 3, become master at it, the rest throw to the rubbish. Because that's will take care of the rest. And that's when I go down to my calculation again and I pick the really top 5 thing I really priority. The rest I don't even look anymore.
Okay, fine. We're done with the rest. No
Correct.
more
Like
looking at it.
even like every time it come to that, even near to that, I say no. I say no immediately. Did you realize I say no a lot of things? Yeah. So I only say yes with something that I like. No, this is what I want. So people may seem like look at me like, why you so focus on one thing? It means you don't open mind and you don't observe new thing and you don't allow new opportunity. It's not the same meaning. I can open minded to listen something new. I can open minded to learn something. But to move something completely new, right, and to change my whole business model to something else is a whole other story, right? It's business need to take time to grow, and you build customer, you build base, you build your employee, you build people that stay with you long. Then you have to be stable. You cannot today open this type of business, tomorrow open different. It won't last, right? So I know what the 3 things that are important to me. The other 2 is about family and relationship. Other than that, done. That I'm throw everything in the rubbish. And now I understand why Warren Buffett say that, because these top 3 or 5 will really take care of the rest for you. Your clothes, your travel, your expenses, your time with family, everything. But you have to take care of these 3 like with the fully commitment.
I get what you mean.
Yeah, so
it's interesting you brought this up because I was just looking through my social media and then I'm following certain business people, and then there's this lady, she said that if I say no, it is because I want to keep the yes for something else.
correct.
It is not because I don't like you or the idea, it's because I have something else that I need to do to preserve that yes for.
It is.
Then I was like, oh, okay. Then you brought this up. I was like, this is a very good point to actually remember for the rest of
It's
us.
really is the it's a test when your business grow, and at this
You have to
age
give
when
up a
I
lot
was
of
young,
things,
right? I can see why, like a lot of things. How about like in the class, the teacher teach you something and you hear at that moment you don't understand until you really in that situation and that sentence come up.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, now I understand what he tried to
Why?
say, that
Yes.
when you grow older and you make more money, it's time for you to learn how to say no. It's not yes anymore.
Yeah.
Well, you pass the age that everything is yes to try to learn to improve.
Because at the beginning is yes.
Correct. But like now, I have to be so selective, and sometimes I say no that in my heart was so painful because I'm like, oh my god, that's just a
That's something I
shitload of
really
money.
want to do.
A shitload of money if I'm doing it, and I
But
like no. If I do it, I will take away some more time from my daughter. I will miss her period of her growing up. I will miss time with people that I
Is it
love, my
worth it?
friend. I will miss time to do YouTube as well, and
Mm.
all this is meaningful for me. So yeah, it's very difficult when you say no to more things, but you are right. I only say yes to things that I know that is
You need to preserve it.
it have to be in the list that you really, really, really want it.
Mm.
It means like you make sure you commit to this choice of yes
Yeah,
for a long
and,
term.
and it's very interesting. The universe will give you more and more opportunities
Yeah,
so that
to
you
test you.
practice saying no.
Yeah,
The first no maybe worth $1,000. Second no 5,000. Third no 10,000. Fourth no 50K.
yeah,
100K.
yeah.
$1 million. Then you're like,
Ah, are you serious right now?
no.
Yeah. It is. It's true. But
Oh,
that's when the yes I say, I realize is the energy is weird when you say yes to something that you want, even it's not make you much money.
like really, really want.
Yeah,
Like so want.
like it's just so fun. I don't know how to explain
Like
that.
Adam Levine.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes, Adam Levine. Yes.
Oh no,
That's a huge yes.
I'm not allowed to do that anymore.
Okay,
It's
so
sad.
now it's a no. Well, the universe will test you in different ways.
I know, right? They've been testing me. I've been with someone at that quite quite not welcome to that state. I said, you know why I'm asking you to be my girlfriend? Because you keep looking at guy.
But
Okay,
but
yeah.
it's okay to look at guys. Like to be frank, I think Wen Kai I we look at girls and guys who are beautiful and handsome at the same time,
Mm.
and we are like, I'm like, you okay? You just look, it's fine. You don't touch, can already.
You're not allowed to touch.
Yeah, don't touch, don't talk to them, can already. But
Mm.
you can look like this, okay? But later they slap you, I can't help you. I'm sorry. I feel that I don't know you. Okay, so anyway, we talk about the choices a lot, right?
How
So,
about you? How do you deal with overwhelm of choices?
Okay, this one you talk about yourself in business like 10 years ago, right?
Yeah.
Currently, I am now in that stage because there is a lot of
Opportunity. Huh?
yes opportunities, not in the area that I
You want. Yeah,
right. And the thing about it is there are so many choices because what I want to do, I want to preserve my time and I don't want to travel out of my house as much as possible.
Correct.
It's a bit like you lah, right? Because there are so many things that you can do at home nowadays. And yet, so I've been looking for remote work. You need to have income because I need to have income, right? So I've been looking for remote work, and there's so many different opportunities out there, and it's like, which one do I pick? And I realize I get distracted so easily. Do I want to do translation? Do I want to do transcribing? Do I want to do subtitle? Do I want to do voiceover? What is it that I want to do? Because every single thing I can do everything, but the issue is that everything requires a period of setting up. Like voiceover, you need to set out a space where you can do a voiceover properly.
Correct.
Right? And then even for transcribing, the proper transcribing websites. Transcribing means you listen and then you write it into text, you type it up, right? So even that you require exams and all that, but not like full on exam. The exam is like 2-3 hours. Everything. So I'm like at the crossroad, like which one do I want to do, right? And then of course there's like the live stream hosting where actually there's a lot of companies now hiring live stream hosts. But the issue with that is that I have to travel down to the office because that's where their goods and their warehouse is.
Oh yeah,
right?
That's right.
So I have to travel down. Then I'm like, do I want to do that? And then so it's like I'm just very overwhelmed with choices right now. So what I do is I think very hard about like what's important. Again, the top 3, what is it I'm looking for? I'm looking for cash flow. I'm looking for an opportunity to be on screen. So even though I don't want to travel out of the house, that one I can do it. You get what I mean? It's not so important. It's like a want, not a need. So even though I'm like, I don't want to go, I'm like, okay, I will go. Does it make sense to you?
Yeah.
So yes, so I decided so it's income and an opportunity to be on screen. So I've decided these are the two things that I will focus on.
Mm.
I just decided about talking about my live stream. You see, this is what it helps as a woman. I don't know, as me lah. When I talk, it helps me to organize my thoughts. Maybe not for you. For me, it does. I just then suddenly I'll be like, oh yeah, I got my answer. Thanks, bye. Then one guy will be like,
You make
you
decisions
need
just like
help?
that.
You
Yeah.
need help? I said, no, I'm okay. I just need somebody to just stay there, like an empty chair exercise, but just
Yeah.
this kind. It's like just like this. I thought this. Like, oh yeah, okay, this is what's important to me. Okay, done. We're done here.
Yeah.
So yes, this is what I focus on, and yeah, moving forward, that will help to, like what she says, you have to say no, even if the opportunity looks like, because sometimes it looks nice, right? Remote work, and it's like maybe 5 to 8K a month,
Mm.
right? But it will require you to be in front of the laptop or computer 9 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Mm.
Something like that, because you are required to answer inquiries or whatever it is, even though
Yeah.
it's remote. You're expected to be reached, which I understand, right? It's part of the job. So then I have to ask myself, is that 5 to 8K per month more important than having time freedom? If the answer is no, even though it's a hard no, then I have to say no lah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's hard because when you open any remote website, right, there are so many different opportunities. And because I have quite a bit of experience, whether it's in customer service, sales, or now live stream, I have a lot of choices.
Yeah.
And sometimes that makes it even harder to choose.
Yeah.
It's like you go to a shop with 10,000 dishes.
Mm.
By the time if I finish reading the menu, I don't want to eat anymore already.
Correct.
I'm tired.
That's why I don't even read the menu.
Yeah, so it's a bit like that lah for me. So I'm like, okay, what's most important? Then I decided. Then that's how it goes lah. Okay, so I hope that it's quite useful, our tips. Oh my god, we are so useful today. Lovely. Okay.
The second thing is overwhelmed from stress.
In terms of feeling, like I feel like
Yeah,
so
too
many
much,
things to
too
do.
much thing to do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, same. I'm over years. I train myself very well with
Or
overwhelmed
you feel like
stuff.
a bit helpless sometimes. Or like, you know what I mean?
That's
overwhelmed,
interesting
there's okay, sorry.
I think helpless is come in the form of like before we
Like
are
anxiety?
learning all this,
Okay.
we can choose only the below.
Mm-mm,
right?
mm-mm.
I tell you a funny story that the other day,
Tell
me
me.
and my boyfriend drive in the car. So we will keep discuss about he want to have a car, and he asked me why I don't have a car since I'm so wealthy, and I gave him a reason why I don't own a car
It's
because
so troublesome to take care of.
exactly, and so we have a different flavor, right? For me, I don't wear anything. I don't like anything on my body.
I don't know whether I guessed correctly, but
Yeah.
for Anne right now, her time and her mental capacity is a lot more important than money.
Mm.
So she will spend her time and her mental capacity on making more money from her business.
Yeah.
And instead of using time and mental capacity to think about the car
The
insurance, the
parking.
car park, the washing, the cleaning, and then after that the parts broken down, right? And then the ERP, the card you need to top up. You see her face, she's getting more and more pissed off with the list of never-ending things.
Yeah.
Just to get a car, you have like suddenly 10 more
Yeah.
things to take care of.
Yeah. So I don't say that we're fighting, but we argue about that because he bring his point.
There's a disagreement.
So he bring his point that but we have kids and we should, so we're convenient. I say it's only convenient on one day per week. You can rent
Grab is very convenient.
Exactly, but for people who love driving, they don't think like us. So
Okay,
people who love driving and they are the car type of person.
He likes freedom. He likes being able to control the car.
Yeah, he a good driver. Don't get me wrong, he's a good driver. We will discuss about that and we will talk about that and so on and so forth. And
I'm firmly for Grab.
And then it come to the and we've been talking about that for a few days.
10,000.
For a few days, right? And I told him, I say, it's not about having a car. It just for me is and he makes that but you spend every month is the same amount that you should own a car. Yes, right. I pay cap per month. It's around 2K plus to 3K. I get it. But at least I don't have to pay insurance. I don't have to maintain.
You don't need to think about it.
Correct. So he will bring another point to me that
you need to explain it to him the way I explained just now to the audience.
Because he was like, but you would sit in different car, will be smelly. I have freedom. We'll go there and
he's like, I don't give
a damn. I'm
like, so long as I go in the
from
aircon,
A to B
safely,
and I need to do work.
Wet.
because I need to still do work on
Yeah,
phone.
that's true.
I'm
that's
not
true. You cannot drive. If you drive, you cannot do work.
exactly. So for me, the timing of that, and for me, he said no, he will drive, and I don't have to drive. I say yeah, but you working every day. I'm go viewing
And
house,
then
and I'm
imagine
jump.
you viewing.
Correct.
You can
So
ask
that
him to drive you.
correct. So the car will be in the car park when you're working, and I'm
Still spending money on
yeah,
Grab.
on Grab. It's not a different, right? So do you get where
Yes,
I
I
go?
get. No, you need to explain to him the way that I explain to audience.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
a list of yeah. So
The mental
exactly
capacity
what he
part.
just say. The next day, he scratched another car.
Oh no.
Okay, he just scratched, not hit.
Uh.
So with that, it's like the you know the coach
The
of
pain came off.
the pain come off. It's only like few $100.
Yeah,
Supposed
the
to be,
pain. Yeah.
but because that car is a renting car,
Oh.
he charged him 5.7K for just that scratch. And exactly, that's how overwhelmed come, right? And he was so stressed that he don't dare to even talk to me because he realized what I'm saying is true. I said that's why I don't like to have car in Singapore.
No, it's very difficult to maintain.
Exactly. I say even the best driver like you in the rain, you can accidentally scratch
It's
other
not
people's
about
car.
him, you know, because sometimes other drivers may not be good drivers.
I know, but doesn't matter, baby. As long as you rent car and both car hit each other,
There is some kind of costs.
the cost, okay?
5.7K for a scratch.
Yeah. So
Just take the spray can and spray.
no, but you have to deal paperwork, and that's not the car he owns. So.
The precise even worse.
Yeah, so they suspend his
entire
his
month salary.
no, they suspend his even license for a while to driving in the road.
Okay.
So he cannot even rent another car. He also cannot do anything. Anyway, the bottom of the story I want to say is
he changed his mind.
that's what I'm talking about, stress level that a lot of people right now add to their life. I don't interested in that. I don't want to buy a watch that I need to take care. I need to wash. I need to make sure it's charging. I need to book the thing.
Just a cheap one will do.
And I have a Fitbit. I mean not Fitbit, but Apple Watch. I'm just use that for exercise. That's it. I don't even bother other function they have. Right? My boyfriend laughed at me the same way. He like, you buy the watch just for go gym and come back and book charge. I say yeah. I just want to know today how much calorie I burn. What's wrong with that?
You never use it for like calls and all that.
Nothing. I use my Apple Watch exactly like my Fitbit. I used to have a Fitbit and it's spoiled. And I just buy another one but don't have anymore. So I choose the Apple Watch. That's it. That's the only function I use. You see, I don't even wear it at home. I don't like anything feeling on my body too long. Mm-hmm. Basically, I like comfortable. Even Livestream. People keep saying that, oh, you should change clothes, wear nice things. I want to be comfortable to talk to you. I don't want to wear something that to look pretty.
I think yeah,
but I'm tired.
To deliver value.
Yeah, I'm tired of like, oh my god, it's so itchy. Oh my god, the thing
so
is
tight.
I can't breathe. It's sticking in my skin. I'm sweating.
My armpit is sticking here.
Yeah, so it's so exactly what Denise say, right? And I come to the date. So another story. Oh my god, if my baby, I don't think you watch this. Doesn't matter. I don't think. No, he don't. He sleep
it's
already.
Okay, we still love you.
Yeah, I don't think he will watch 190 of my episode anyway, right? So another day,
he may just click on it accidentally. You know, universe has a strange.
So when he just know me, he booked a flight to overseas for the trip that he just go. And you know me, for me it's like, for me time is more valuable than money, right? And when he booked something that cheap and a long distance flight,
there's a transit.
So he had to take like almost 3 days of traveling because he had to transit there for 1.5 day, 2 days something, and then you fly again. And I was like, why do you do that? And he was like, yeah, but I can book hotel there. I said, yeah, but you plus the hotel pricing, you actually just take off and fly again, right? So, but that's like few months ago when we just started. So I don't have the right to say anything. After he stayed with me for a while, then he realized that he called himself, I was stupid, right? Because now he's stuck there for 2 days and right now he don't have visa to stay there.
Then how?
It means they don't allow him to fly. So at airport, he had to upgrade to different flight.
Just to
he pay more.
Go.
Correct. And that's why he come to me again and he say, from the day I date you to now, every time your mouth says something, it really happened. This is the sign to say that God tell me I need to listen to you and stop do dumb shit. And in the airport, I'm just eating my yogurt, like nothing
And you
happened.
spray the yogurt all over his face.
But in my heart, I already know this will happen because I'm past that stage of my life that you try to save some money. And yes, you guys will say, yeah, but not everybody got money like you. That's why I never focus on cost and how do I save. I only focus how much money more I will make. I only focus on growing my income. I don't even focus on what I'm spending. And I say that's how I deal with my overwhelm is from the starting. I already know what is important for me. Like even with changing money, for example. Why I have so much example because I didn't realize how different I am now
Compared to last time.
compared to last time when now I date someone who
It's like you last
is
time.
like me last time. You get what I mean? Like
Yeah.
my version 10 years ago.
But you worked hard. You worked hard to be able to afford
Correct.
to
be
buy
today.
time with money.
Yes.
Right? So for those of you guys who are still worried about money, you know what to
Yeah.
do.
Yeah. I work very hard to but also you have to change your mindset. Like you see
Yes,
everything,
correct.
you have to calculation in your brain. Like even for him, he refused to change money in Singapore because he said no, I don't like the
The
rate here.
exchange rate is
Yeah, and
very low, is it?
I say Joey, you're going to fly there and in the 6 a.m. in the morning, no exchange will open. How do you going to have money if you need to buy something to eat?
That
How do you
means
do
he's
it?
going to sit there until the shop opens.
Exactly, that's the point. And you need to go office and work though. So for me,
Oh.
it's like it's not make sense.
Mm.
You just save few dollar and cent, but you headache to think of where to walk to change the money. For me,
And then frustrated.
correct.
Anxiety.
Correct. For me, it's like
Then the time is
why do you use your time for something more productive? What do you use for that? I understand you
okay, I
can
get what
save
you mean.
you can save some few cent and few dollar, but why?
Like, wouldn't it be better to think about how we can make more money in that 3 hours?
Exactly. So you see, it's a very different when I'm trying to explain something that I think, and other people will see like, oh, she just spend just like that. I say no, it's not about spending. It's about my 1 hour right now is more valuable than
Can make more money
than
yes,
just a
correct.
few single and cent. I doesn't look down on money. Of course, I work hard to be where am I today, but I don't know. I don't see that. Oh, okay, save this will make me richer. It's not.
I get what you mean, because to be frank, there is a maximum to how much you can save,
Correct.
right?
Because
can
when you
s-
come back from the trip just like that, or you come back from the work day just like that, you exhausted. And who you will throw back to? You will throw back to your girlfriend, your boyfriend, whoever
and then
next
the
to your house.
frustration,
Yeah,
the
it becomes
anxiety.
yeah. So it's not make sense at all, right? So
Yes.
for me, to deal with overwhelm, stress emotionally right now for me is prevent that even as it. Okay, like don't do things that
Anything that is
don't do
extra,
things to please people. Basically, it's not please people.
cut it off, cut it off, cut it off, cut it off.
But you get where all my
No,
story
I
come
get
from.
it, I get it, I get
Yeah.
it, because I also believe in that. But okay, for those of, because I'm kind of like the bridge between like the normal person and the abnormal person. Not that she's strange, but this is what a lot of wealthy people think. Like, because like what I said earlier, there is a limit to how much you can save,
Yeah.
but there is no limit to how much you can earn,
Yeah.
especially with AI nowadays.
Yeah.
I think so. So if you can swap the mindset, of course, at the beginning it's going to be tough because you're going to have to spend the time, you're going to have to try to save, right? Because when you're poor and all that,
Yeah.
temporarily out of cash, we don't say we are poor because that's a poor mindset. Temporarily out of cash,
Yeah.
It's a bit tough, but like what
But
Anne
can I
said at
tell
the
you,
beginning,
that is when the test really comes.
yeah, like what you said at the beginning, you sacrifice so much.
Correct. So I will tell you guys a true story that is when I start doing my business or investment journey or even my coaching and my YouTube, everything I build at the same time, by the way, right? So exactly, it's no money. I
And
have a period of
no
lower
money.
point in my life that all my 5 credit card, I have to smash everything because I have a child that I need to feed. Okay. And I still remember at that period, I have the first few customer who come, who offer me very cheap to say, oh, I want to learn with you, but I only have this amount. Can you teach with me? But the price I already booked on the website, which is from day one, I tell myself, until I customer pay me this price, I will say no with everything. And I tell you that is a never doubt. Everybody will nego you about how much you worth. Everybody will keep telling you about that. And at that moment, I can say yes and have that like $200, $300. I say no. Even in my bank account at that moment, it's
Was
negative.
Yeah.
Okay. I say no to around 9 customers. And I'm willing to give people for free. But someone who pay me money, it have to be the price that I say yes. And it come to my first customer who pay for me 1,200 per hour. That's my first customer. That's where I tell universe, I say, now I know that you test me. And from that point, from the first customer to pay me, that's per hour. And then after that, they pay me straight 10 hour. After that, which is I pay the big sum, right? Because that's what my requirement. Up to now, from that day to now, for the last 4 years, I never coach people less than that amount. And I will fix it. That's why I keep tell you that never reduce the price, because God, universe, will keep test you. Say you tell me you want that, right? I want to see.
I want to see how
Because it's
badly
just
you
one
want.
customer pay you at that amount. And at that moment, when that customer pay me that amount, that's also the period when all my renters start have positive rental income. That is when my business start have customer to pay me the money that I deserve to pay, because I've been add value for their business so long that they didn't return me back the money. Now the business make money, they finally pay me back. The bottom of story I want to say is, you have to stay with your value and stay overwhelmed in the stress situation. And you have to keep say no. Because if you keep say yes, universe will never give you the next step. Because that's what I tell to my boyfriend, the same thing, because he will be like that
But
circle,
it will be
right?
very hard.
That's why I tell him the same thing. I say, if you keep saying yes to dumbass girl and it just look beautiful, God will keep give you the same thing. Okay?
Because you're okay with this
Correct.
anyway.
Yeah. So they will never give you someone that you say you want to have in your life. So that's why I come to his life as a test. I'm a nothing that he want, but I'm everything that he love. That's what he told me, right? It means even in his dream, he would never think one day he will be with someone look like me. Because that's what knowledge you have, and that's all you have. You will look at people based on how they look and how they are.
That's what he's used to.
They used to, yeah.
Yeah, he was
and
used to
when
that.
and then when you stay with someone, you change. But also same for business and money, right? At that period, of course, I know what you mean about you desperately want something. You're like,
Yeah,
oh, should
know
I
what
say
you
yes?
mean.
This it's very tough. Me too. Especially I have a kid in the house. You have to. And then I'll tell myself no. I sell everything I have in the house at that moment to just survive month to month, because it might stuff something I buy last time. I'm not even use it. Why do I buy handbag, dress, shoe? That's why I told you all these things to me is useless. At the moment your daughter's sick or hungry or need food, all these things is it's not solve the problem. Okay, so that's why I don't like to wear. I like wear things with quality, but I don't like wear things to tell people like I
I'm
have a
rich.
Rolex of $75,000 for what?
Like you wear it because you like it and there's a purpose to
Correct,
wear it.
yeah,
But it's not for showing
correct.
people things.
I can buy a quality stuff that I like good material because I'm Taurus,
That's
right? For
because
me,
she likes it to be comfortable. That's
comfortable.
all.
I like to, but doesn't mean I buy it expensive because the price is not, because I
It's
want to wear the
comfortable.
texture that
It's comfortable.
comfortable on my skin.
And it
I'm-
fits well.
and if it wear, I
Yeah.
just don't like to wear things that it's cheap and it itchy and on the
Yeah, like
line
this.
here and you guys would say me, wow, you so pampered. I say it's not about pampered. Everybody will have a different thing that make them feel happy, and this is the thing that make me happy: food and wear things that make me super comfortable.
Yes, and fit well, and most importantly,
I only just two things,
it lasts.
and it lasts.
So
Yeah,
she doesn't have to think about buying new things.
correct.
Again.
Because I don't like to think
Her
of
clothes can last 10 years,
yeah
15 years. And she's like, oh, then I don't have to think about what to buy next. I agree.
yeah.
I
So
agree.
that's how I see. In terms of overwhelm, I have to deal with that. I prevent that, and the last 10 years is teach me enough of how to prevent myself from overwhelm by preparing myself to like, okay, in this situation I already know exactly what I need to do. Even at that moment your emotional will tell you do something, but I will like, my emotional not going to win my head right now. Because this, if you book your head and your show and first when business run, right, a lot of people come and go, they will leave your business. They don't believe in your vision. They will leave you, right? And as a leader at that moment, I have to work harder than normal people. Besides, I'll make my team believe in my vision. I have to make money for my customer. I have to pay salary for people. It's a combination of stress and overwhelm that you have to deal. And people can feel that you're overwhelmed when they're around you. The overwhelm of the expert want money. So how can you stay calm in that situation? And that's why I say run business, it teach me a lot to overwhelm a lot of things that I don't feel overwhelmed anymore. Right? Like even my boyfriend sometimes come to me, say something that he panic, and I will look at him and say, like that already you panic? Like for him, it's like unbelievably, this girl is so calm.
It's training through it.
Training, it's trained. It's like a year of training.
Many years.
People are easy to get triggered by some small. I tell you, this person talk like this about me in work. Tell me what I need to do with my manager. And for me, it's like, okay.
And
then what? What's the purpose of a story?
Yeah.
Like,
is there something that you can do? If not, or if you choose to stay, then just gotta deal with it.
Yeah, you just shut up.
Yeah, because there's nothing you can do, and yeah. So, yes.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah. Now it's the niche. So how about you? When you do it, overwhelm about emotional.
Overwhelm my stress, I think, because like you say, the desperation for money, especially because there are certain living, like you have a kid.
Yeah.
I have no kids, so we are not that bad because right now my income is very, very low, but my husband's income not very high either, and he's under a lot of stress because he's dealing with like 2-3 projects at the same time, and they're all starting at the same time. So the starting part is always the hardest because you're setting up systems. By then you're figuring things out, you're learning things out. There's a huge learning curve, so there is a lot of anxiety, feeling overwhelmed and a little bit helpless. But what I realize is these are our emotions.
Yeah.
Right. What I do is I already know where I want to go, what I need to do to get there.
Yeah.
And so you already plan your steps out, right?
Yeah.
Right. You already done the thinking. So right now all that's left is the doing. And during the process I have to understand that certain times it will be very difficult. So what I do is just look at one step ahead. Because you already done the thinking. This is it. You know you have to do this, to do that, then to do that, and then get there, right? So all you have to do is just have faith in the process. I think this is for me. So I do it because sometimes for me, if I look very far, I'm like, oh my god, I feel so tired and like stressed, and then like
oh yeah, if you look like that, you
and all
sure
that, right? So I'm like, okay, never mind. I thought about it. So let's just do it one step at a time, and then like for
it's okay.
and then like for the daily things, okay, this is going to sound very strange because when you're overwhelmed, you have a lot of things to do, you feel very stressed, right? You feel like you need to get as much done as possible to reduce that feeling of overwhelm, anxiety. But I realized that for me at least, I have to force myself. This is going to sound strange because you are already like, I need to do this, I need to do that, but yet at the same time I tell myself, no, I need to take out time to do my reading, to do my exercise, to do my walks. And it feels strange because I'm like so busy, there are so many things to do, there's so much anxiety, and yet I have to force myself to do these things which don't seem to be productive.
No, but that is the more important.
Correct, because what I realized
because bad thing will pass, good thing also will pass.
Yes, correct. In emotions, most importantly will pass.
Yeah, sometimes you just stuck there and you would think like you know something, but you not know anything. You get what I mean? You think like you already passed through certain thing and you know something, but it's not.
It will come back again.
It will come back again if you keep want to deal with the same thing, and that is the entertainment for your drama hook.
Yes.
The truth is you have to move on. And sometimes you just have to let things be, and it will sometimes resolve it by itself.
Correct.
Sometimes you going and make things worse.
Yes, correct. So I realized that if I force myself to, so if I wake up and I do my affirmations, and then after that I do my what do I do? I do my affirmations, then I do my reading, then I do my Korean language lessons. Already, because I have done tasks, right? It helps me to feel in control because I have already learned something today.
Yep.
And because of that feeling of control, it helps to lessen the anxiety, because anxiety comes from the fact that you feel you are not in control. That is why you feel anxious, because you're like, oh, I need to do all this, but I cannot do anything right now. That's why you have the anxiety. So to reduce the anxiety, you need to find things that is within your control, whether it is, like for me, like I said, I do my affirmations, then I do my Korean language lessons. So that's already like, okay, this is within my control. And the walking and the meditation is simply to help to make your mind clear, so that there is less anxiety, so that you can see clearer and then not make stupid decisions.
Yep.
Because when you're anxious and you're desperate, you make stupid decisions.
Oh, talk about that.
Right.
Later I will tell you more about
You can
that.
tell about it. I'm done with my sharing. So this is what I do. And I think
No, later off camera.
off camera, I see. I see it's tequila time again.
We still have tequila.
No, I'm just kidding. It's okay.
I hope we still have whiskey, but tequila should be. If not, you drink arak. Joey just bring back.
Okay, so anyway, this is what I do, and I think, like I said, it's very counterintuitive, because you already have so many things to do. You're like, I need to take 2 hours to do all these extra things that is not helping. It will help you. It really does help you. So you need to really take time out, whether it's just listen to.
It helps you to realize that you're not that important.
It is true, especially when you go to nature.
Yeah, you will die anyway.
Yeah, you look, you see suddenly the insect, the spider eat it, and then it's gone. So it's, you see, maybe you walk and then the tree branch fall down.
Yeah.
No more worries, you die.
Yeah.
Every
time I go back to nature, I walk in the park, or I go see animal, I'm just realizing that, oh my
You're
God,
so tiny.
The ant, it look at you right now laughing. Why do you need to wear clothes?
Yeah, that's true.
They are naked. They are free in the air.
Yeah.
The armpit don't have to deal with sweat. They don't have to cover the armpit and the boob and the ass. Why are you guys need to wear all these things?
And it's so hot.
Look at my butt, you know?
And they're like, so hot, Samuel, don't you have better things to do than
Exactly,
to wear clothes?
exactly.
Yeah, look at me, I'm working hard, collecting food.
And for that 2 seconds, you will forget about all the nonsense you just have at home.
That's true.
No, you know, I go to the park and I see the chicken who jump up and down in the tree, enjoy himself, find the food. I was like, you have a best life ever, bro.
Oh yeah, and then like
I see the squirrel,
like, no house, no nothing.
Squirrel just jump up and down in front of my face. The squirrel, you know, squirrel is it? Squirrel.
Yes, perfect.
It's just like you look at them and you just feel happy.
Oh yeah,
I don't know, somehow they make me so happy. I'm like, you're way better than human, man.
Animals and young kids.
You're way better than human because you don't talk and you're fun and you just jump upside down on my head. You're just looking for food. And monkey, you know, they will just look at you and see, are you bring food for me today, human?
They don't care.
Are you guys bring food today?
Oh no, food.
Oh, you know,
like, is your plastic bag that food?
Yeah, that's it. You know, so
if it looks like it, I'm going to snatch it from you.
Again, all overwhelm can deal. Practice, of course, and of course, important is awareness. That at that moment, make the decision that may not make sense, but it may make sense.
In the short term, it may not make sense, but you know in the long term that you need to, let's just put it this way, English we have a say, you need to hold out for better things to come, because good things are worth waiting for. And sometimes that wait feels like, how long more, because you see this thing.
So should I wait some more longer to wait for the better guy?
Off camera. I don't think so already.
Oh really?
I think it's quite hard to find. To be frank,
are
we going to talk about this on camera right now?
Don't worry, he won't watch my live stream anyway.
Because I told you, I don't know, have we talked about this on camera? No. Okay, so basically my husband met her boyfriend.
Yeah.
Because we had dinner together, and then we had two kids with us, and they were like at the age of 5, 6,
7,
6 or 7.
6 and 7.
6 and 7. You know, at the age of 6 and 7, for those of you guys who have no kids, 6 and 7 is when they are the most active. They like to run, they like to jump up and down, they have many questions for you. They will, if they are hungry, they're tired, they will make sure you know about it, because everything is here. Okay, and they will express themselves vigorously to you. So obviously in the restaurant, these 2 kids are not going to be able to jump up and down. So they just sit there, and then you can tell they were tired and hungry and cold and etc. So obviously they were grumpy. But we saw the interaction. My husband met her
Joey,
boyfriend,
yeah.
yes, Joey, and he was like, oh, he's good for her. He's good for her. He summarized it in this way. He said he's good for her because number one, he's good with the kids, and the kids love him, right? Number two is Anne is a very intense person. So she requires a man, number one, that will follow her schedule. Because to be frank, if you meet and if you were going to if Anne is going to date somebody that is just like her, they will never meet. They will never have time for each other.
Yeah, that's right. Because
They will only have Zoom meetings. And
that's a bit funny.
and the appointment to have babies. That's it. It will be on the calendar. It will be scheduled. Then she will tell him, this month is this date to
This day to this day.
Keep yourself free. Then he will say, okay, how about 8 to 9 p.m.? Then she will say, okay. They will put it in the calendar.
Then it's not too much about me.
And this is how their relationship will be. Okay. So this is why she cannot meet somebody who is who is strong in the same ways that she is. Right? Okay. So the good thing about Joey is that he can take your intensity without feeling scared or anxious or react. He says, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you just
yeah. Yeah.
This is the best for her because
I'm a straightforward person.
She's always very intense. She's like,
yeah. But after that, I'm okay.
Yeah,
but so that's the thing of people who understand me. They will know, like, yeah, she say it, but she not hold anything inside. Do you realize
yes,
that?
I know.
I'm not carry thing and
I know.
hold it for life. Right? I'm say it and then I'm done it on the table.
So Joey is good for you because number one, he's going to follow your schedule.
Yeah.
Right. Number two, he can take intensity without being scared or reacting negatively. Like, oh, why you do this to me?
Yeah.
Right. Number three, he is flexible enough and he's actually Joey is very strong to be able to withstand the kind of attacks that Anne gives him. Okay, I don't mean attacks in terms of physical attacks like BJJ. No. There is no. Abuse here, please. Unless it's voluntarily in the bedroom, that one we don't know.
Yeah.
Consent is important. This is what one of my guests taught me. Consent is important. Okay, so yes, unless it's a consented abuse, then that's when the abuse will take place. Okay, otherwise don't have. Okay, so this is why Wong Kai said that he's very, very good for you. He's a good fit for you. Right?
Okay.
It's like, okay.
Thank you, bro, for the advice.
And you know Virgos, if they say it's good, it's good.
Yeah.
There is no Virgos are like that. If they say it's good, it means it's very good.
I think that's also the thing that I know that my boyfriend don't watch my channel, so that's why I can say it that he always feel that. Sometimes he told me like if 10 out of maybe 2 out of 10 times he feel insecure when he be with me because he feel that I'm too strong, right? But then he learn over time stay with me that he realized
learned very fast. You see,
he learned that. Oh, but this is what you want. You want strong woman, right? You want a strong woman, then you have to learn how to live a strong woman. You cannot say you want a strong woman and then you punish her to be strong.
Yes, correct.
Because that is not fair. Because you want someone who independent,
who's strong,
who has
her own business,
who have her own business, who take care of her own emotional. She not nagging you. She don't text you 50 texts per day. She don't call you every minute. Baby, where are you? You need to bring me out. I can entertain myself.
Time to do that.
Yeah, and then you want her to be like beside you as a best friend, as a partner, and then in the future, like something that you want to build family with. You want all of that. Definitely, you need a strong woman. Correct. And then you complain about she's strong or you punish her to be strong. So he realized that for 1-2 times he will feel that, but then after that he like what did he just say? He just
you should have seen their interactions, because I know her well. So So and
but 10 times out of 10 times, only like 1-2 times you will see us very intense.
No, but
in general,
that one was already considered not very intense for Anne. That one
is a normal.
It's normal for her, but it was a bit intense for Wen Kai because he's not used to it yet, right?
Yeah. Because he don't see me much like you.
I see you every week and it's been 2 years.
Yeah, correct.
So I have had a lot of time to get used to it.
Correct.
So I was like, oh, this is giving. I just told her straight, I think you are stressing me out. even though okay, because I don't like intense.
Yeah.
This is not my thing. But that's why I'm like, oh, Joey is very good. Joey is just like, oh, is it? Look, this is it. Okay, Joey was like. Then after that, it's just the conversation going. After he's like, oh, whatever. Yeah, it's okay. I'll just have water with lemon. No lemon, no lemon. Even no
Yeah,
lemon. He's
yeah.
like, or whatever joke that.
But
he made,
I will add all to that story because after that we go home.
Oh, that's
So
a part
basically,
two.
that he was late.
Yeah.
So he was late, and I aware that he go work and that's late. You know, don't get me wrong. I don't punish people to overwork because I overwork all the time, right? And I like that's what I love about this human being that beside me right now. That after the intent, he will go home and he have a calm conversation with me to clarity that what did I do wrong that make you was so upset. Because look like clearly that it's not about I come late. I say that's exactly the point. I upset not because you come late. I upset because you don't inform me that you come late.
Earlier.
Yeah, and he say, yeah, but at that moment I cannot because I'm on the phone with my boss and something like this. I say, Joey, you see me in the Zoom meeting with my team. And I can tell my team, even few hundred of people in a Zoom meeting, I told them, give me 1 second because I have promised something with Ava. I have promised something with my boyfriend. Give me 2 seconds. I need to inform them and I get back to you. And I asked him, I say, as a leader, you think who I will more respect to my up leader? The leader who just informed me or the leader there with me 100% of the time? And he was stunned. He was like, yeah, you were right. I say, because I cannot take the excuse that you on the phone with your boss and your girlfriend or your family member or someone that is not as important as your boss. I don't agree with that.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
I'm talking about 2 seconds or 3 seconds or even 5 seconds
Just
to book
to
a
take
text.
text like
Right? And at that moment, you already have appointment with me first. You not have appointment with your boss first. And I get it. He pay you salary. Okay? But as a person who respect himself first, even you, my boss, I respect you, but I also respect my family. And I told him that's why I upset. I'm not upset because you late. You know me. I never upset when people late. If they late, but they inform me, that's called respect. And I told him, this how all the relationships start to end. Because today you late for your family once, you take it for granted second time, third time, fourth time. You think to the fifth time, I will even bother to upset with you? No.
Then
I will walk. I will walk
Yeah.
away from your life because you take me for granted. I will go with someone that book his job as equal as his life because your job is not your fucking life. You know, your job is bring you. Even for me, babe, you look. Even I'm in the middle of something with my team, I will pause and I will tell my whole team, give me few seconds. I need to drop the text because it's important. And this person have been promised them that I need to get back to them. So I have to get back to them first and then we continue. Is that okay for everyone? And nobody going to tell you, oh, you are a fucker, you are not a good boss. You let us hold for a few seconds. No. Even that you show them a manner of what is called respect. Because this is a last minute meeting with you guys and I have someone.
The meeting is not planned.
Correct. So if I have last minute meeting with them, at the same time I will allow them, hey, if you have something going on, please let me know. Please just leave the Zoom when you need to because I know this is the last minute. That's called respect. That is called something that you value the core thing in your house more than so a lot of people confused about why I upset, and for them it's like it's just so small thing, why you upset. For me, this is not small thing for me because this is called how detailed the leadership can be. And also it's going to be a higher leadership role, and for me it's like as a leadership level, side by side shoulder, remove the part of we boom boom in the bedroom. Okay. If on the road I meet you and you are another leader and I will other leader, I will never respect you. I will never want to do business with you. I can see that you here so desperately with me and even you late with your loved one and your family. I'm not going to respect you to do business with you. Because for me, I book my family first. I book my friend first. I book someone that I book on the calendar first. Do you get what I mean?
I get what you mean. So it's like a priority.
Correct. So for me, it's like you will give time to who you respect. What does that make sense? You will give time to who is important to you and how you justify for it and how you behave for it. And that's when we clear the air and he understand where I come from and we're okay again. But my point is sometimes outside people may see the fight and I would think the more scary thing is I will
If
be
you don't
fake.
say,
Yeah, and I will be fake happy with him, and I will please him to make the dinner okay. And I will please him because I don't want to lose faith with my friend, but later we will end up break up anyway. Right? And for me and then it's just like my family for me now, you know.
And I know that it's not as intense as she usually is.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
it's like a
Even
2
worse.
out of 10.
2 out of 10. Oh yeah,
it
my
was-
God, that's
right?
exactly that
It was
number.
a 2 out of 10, but obviously for me, I know it's a 2 out of 10 for her, and I
Yeah.
don't try to correct her. Like, you shouldn't do this. I know because this is her style, and I am not the one with her.
Yeah, of course,
Please,
of course.
okay. So I just like, okay, if this is giving me stress and it's out of my control, I don't want to do anything with it. I just look at my husband.
Yeah.
That's also I turned and I was talking to my husband. I said, okay, are you guys done? Okay, we're done. You give me so much stress. That's all. That's all I commented. And about what she said about being late for the dinner versus work. This is a good example of you have to decide important and urgent is different. At the point of time when you're having a call with your boss, a last minute call, that one is urgent.
Yes.
But is it important
Yep.
in terms of the bigger scale of life, in
Yeah.
terms of your own life, whether it's work or life or whatever you want to call it, work-life balance? Importance and urgency is different. These two is different. And it was so difficult trying to, last time when I used to work in office, it was very difficult trying to get people to understand.
Yep.
And because I can be a bit harsh also when I make it obvious that this is not important to me. It is urgent, yes, but it's not important for me.
Yeah.
And I will not do it. So it's not good lah. I'm a very difficult employee to manage actually.
No, but for me, I'm more respect to people who honest to me on the table.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm been around with people who run business and have similar character like me. Like even they're on table with me, they're like, today is my wife's birthday, by the way.
So I have to leave at 6:30 or something
Yes.
like that. You get
Yeah,
what I
correct.
mean?
Or like, by the way, today our anniversary. I book a flower and I think they deliver. Give me 2 seconds. I need to answer her first and I get back to you. Is that okay for you? And they give you a eyes look and conversation, respect you to excuse you that allow them for few seconds because this is important for them as well.
Yes.
And like I told you, like as a leader level, I come to the day that I don't smell the expert people around me. People don't try to be around me, please me or anything. They around me because they want to be around me. I around them because I want to. They're important and I respect them. And all this behave, I learn from them that is go deep in my heart. Because have the day that I saw that, right? The guy next to the mistress, which is I know that's his mistress. I know who his real wife is. And my other business partner that I asked him, I said, why do you allow him to do that? I say, look, he only in our table for drink. We never do deal with him for a reason. So don't take it personal.
I get what you mean.
So we actually deep down on the table, we really talk about how you behave, how you actually react. This is a small thing you manage yourself. You think we want to do big thing with you?
Yeah,
You know, it's just a basic thing you already
you
show
already
us.
cannot.
Yeah, you already show us that even the person that you sleep the same bed, you would cheat. How do you going to not cheat me on business?
Correct.
Right? So it's the same thing to do with time manners that I'm talking just now, right? If you're going to make your whole team respect you as a leader, be a human as much as possible. Don't try to be perfect.
I get what you mean.
Don't try to be perfect. Everybody have family. Everybody have a
has other
commitment.
commitments.
Yeah.
Right?
And if the urgency and the last minute thing doesn't mean I or my whole family
Must hold
have
up.
to hold up for your boss thing, you know.
Yeah.
Your boss is your boss, and if you love your boss so much,
Then you marry.
you should exactly you should don't even need the family anymore. And I know a lot of people don't agree here. We go, oh, so
I know.
so
a lot of my
like you don't know how hard I work to make money, bring home.
Yes,
I would tell you
agree.
F your money. Okay, I'm work long enough to know that I can say F you money because I really do that, and because of that I very value my time. That people who don't respect me and people don't respect my time, I will very clear to them. You continue doing that, you done. You out of my life. Because I can move a lot of things to be around you. I can move my schedule, I move my time, I move my meeting. I even can tell my team hold for a few seconds for you. So you can do the same thing. And if that is so basic requirement, you should not even have family in the first place.
You should just marry your job.
Exactly.
I think a lot of people don't get it. Okay, because when last time I used to be in office, a lot of people desperate, like you say, desperate for money, especially because they have like maybe 2-3 kids.
Yeah.
Or, I don't know. Everybody has commitments, to be fair, and
Yeah.
everybody needs money to survive.
Mm.
Or you have a certain standard of living. Everybody wants a certain standard of living, and sometimes, because how I used to do it, that's why I say I'm a difficult employee to manage in terms of my previous companies lah. Because I was in the sales and service role.
Mm.
So on the weekend, sometimes the clients will call me
Mm.
because we were selling. It's an IT based product, so people can go online and access anytime they want. It's like Facebook like that. You got your login, you got whatever, you can go access. But sometimes they don't know how to use the platform properly. Then they will call and ask like, "Hey, how do I do it?" and all that. I always tell my close colleagues that time, like weekends I don't take calls, that I don't recognize the number. So you can call me 10,000 times, I will not take. And they were like, how can you do that? Then they don't renew with you. How? Then your rates will drop and all that. And I was like, but I'm not obliged to do it. Why should I do it? And it was very difficult for a lot of people to understand. And I became known as a difficult person. You get what I mean? Right? But because I had certain boundaries,
Of course, you have
that
to.
I was telling myself I have to keep it. Because it's very simple. I take a call today, then tomorrow I'll take a call. And then after that, slowly all my clients will start calling me on weekends.
Yep.
And then what? I have no life of my own?
Yeah.
Are you gonna pay me extra?
Yeah.
No, right?
Yep.
So anyway, yes. So this is it's difficult. It's difficult as an office employee, I understand, but it is doable.
Yeah, it's doable.
And now I can say out that, weekends I don't take calls. But you don't have to say it if you don't want to.
Yeah.
You get what? You just don't take it, right? And then people are not going to expect you to look at the emails on the weekend. So yes, that's. I think this is a very valuable episode.
Yeah, that's it for today, guys.
I hope you have enjoyed our live stream today. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe.
Yeah, all our platform, our channel, and we'll see you in the next episode. I am Amanda Spice.
And I'm Denise the Nice. We will see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Bye. Oh.